upside down. What's happening? Has me upside down.
That's weird.
But when I turn it, then it's still upside down.
Try to do it sideways. Sideways.
I don't know if people can hear me. Oh, this is very interesting.
Is it live?
Hey guys, can you message and tell me if I look upside down to you? I don't know. Let's see. Upside down. Okay. Let's see if this helps. Is it good now? Good? Flip it the other way. This is so funny. My phone, okay, cool. My phone got messed up today, of course. So it's upside down. I'm very confused. So I look upside down to myself, but as long as you guys are good, then that works. Yay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started because there's football to watch. Go Buccaneers. Yay. Hey everyone. Oh, I'm so glad that people joined. Yay. So exciting. All right. So, let's start. I'll first start with an introduction. So I am Jill Zambon. I am the owner of Brave Original Designs. And what this brand is, it is professional workwear for women. The brand is really centered on being sustainable, organic, very eco-friendly. So our manufacturing partner, they use recycled fabrics. So rather than create brand new things and send more waste into the environment, we'll work with them to kind of figure out what fabrics they have and then style our clothing around what's available. It's brand new. I think our first launch will be in May, so that's really exciting. And I have my sidekick here over on the side distracting me. And so a little about me. So I just started this brand. I think I came up with the idea like the end of December, early January. And I've been in healthcare since I got out of the military in 2011 and just decided like, I don't like what I'm doing. It's time to just try something new. And fashion has always been important to me. I love it. I just think it's so fun. I think it's a great way for people to express themselves. And I think just in general, it's really difficult for professional women to find clothing that, number one, fits us, right? Like a woman's body changes shape every day. Like you can eat something and if your body doesn't like it, you're bloated and you just have changes every day. So our clothing is really going to be about how can it move with your body from day to day, be really comfortable, be functional and versatile. So you can wear it in the office, you can wear it at home, you can wear it to the kids' games, whatever. So that's enough about the brand. Let's talk about what we came here to talk about. And that is this whole thing with COVID. Right. So I think when COVID hit, right, everything went on lockdown. And this meant that we as mothers not only had to be moms and wives and partners, but then we were also school teachers and lunch ladies and housekeepers and everything else. So we went from this like routine and this structure to kind of chaos, right? So especially for the moms that work a full-time job and now you have kids at home with you, it's like, how do I have a conference call with my business at the same time as I'm trying to get on a conference call for my kid? So I don't know about other people, but I definitely struggled. it was a lot. And so these are the things, I'm going to share the things that have really worked with me to kind of get through it, which admittedly, yes, I did relocate because the schools in New Hampshire were still locked down, and like, I have seasonal depression too. So I was like, this is only going to get worse. And if I'm cooped up in my house when it's dark out and it's cold and it's snowy and we can't leave, like, this is only going to get worse. So we did admittedly relocate, but I think if I had known these things before we moved, it would have been really helpful. So what had happened to me was, I'm like somebody that gets up every day, 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m. That's like the military side of me. It just has never gone away. I've always been a morning person. I know some people think it's annoying, but it's just like how I am. I always get up, I work out, I get ready for the day. Like, I don't leave my house unless I'm completely put together, yada, yada. So with COVID, all those things stopped. Like, I did not want to get out of bed. I was like, how am I going to manage my workload, let alone teach my child? Like, how is this ever going to happen? And so it was really rough. And so these are the things that I was noticing was like, this just isn't me. How the heck am I going to get out of this funk? So I think part of it is that there's only so many hours in a day, right? And as a mom, you're having to take on more and more and more and more responsibilities. So I think finding ways to be more efficient is really helpful. So one of the things that I did was I downloaded an app on my phone that will transcribe voicemails for me. And I know this sounds really silly, but like, I don't have time to listen to my voicemails. So the one I downloaded is called YouMail, and I'm sure there's other ones, but it writes out what the voicemail is. So like, you don't even have to listen to voice calls. You can just read what it says. You can decide if you want to call them back or whatnot. I started unsubscribing to emails that I didn't need. Like, I just felt bombarded. I was just getting emailed all the time from teachers, from the school, COVID updates, stuff on social media, yada, yada. I unsubscribe from things that I don't need. And this is something I do every day now. Like, if I'm getting emails that I don't need, I just unsubscribe. Like, nobody has time for that stuff. I turned off my alerts to my text and my emails. So like if I'm driving in the car, I don't have the notifications coming up all the time. And then I also blocked out 5 to 10 minutes to spend with Jade every day, just focus time. Because I think what happens is that because you're with your kids all day, it's hard to have like time, like special time anymore. It's like you need to find quality time to actually do the connecting and the interacting with them, because with COVID and being home together all the time, it's like the constant chaos and the constant shuffle. I think it was good to have just like 5 to 10 minutes every day. We sat aside, we did fun stuff like pillow fights or baking or just like going outside and stuff like that. But I found that to be like super helpful. Other things that I wish I had done was ordering groceries. Like, going to the grocery store felt like a significant burden. So I know like where we were in New Hampshire, there weren't a ton of choices, but you could use Instacart. And so I feel like that's one less thing that you have to worry about as a mom, right? It's like you already have 8,000 million things on your plate. If you can not have to go to the grocery store, like, that's fantastic. There's also meal deliveries. So like HelloFresh, or you can order meal delivery that's like already pre-cooked and you just pop it in the microwave. I know some people are like, well, that's not very healthy. But when it comes down to your mental state versus eating food that's been prepackaged, I would go with the prepackaged, right? Like, give yourself a break right now and just do what you need to do to like take care of the basics in your life. And then hiring someone to clean your house. So it depends on your comfort level, right? So if you want someone in your house, if you're comfortable, a lot of them right now are wearing masks anyway and gloves and all that stuff. So that would be another thing, like outsource whatever you can. The stuff that's making you feel overwhelmed, pay the money to have someone come do it. If you can find someone to clean your house, have them do it. If you can find someone to help you make food, have them do it. Like, just find ways that you can get little breaks so that you can do like the necessities. So your job, teaching your kid, and then try to just limit how many things you're like trying to do yourself. And then for me, I obviously like to start my day with a workout. So just because my energy levels have been so low, it was like crazy. I've shortened that to like 20 to 30 minutes a day. Then it doesn't feel like such a burden. And I think out of all this, like having a morning routine in place was critical. So I'm going to share a couple things with you guys that I've really enjoyed. Like, out of all this advice I'm giving, take whatever you like. And if you don't like something, obviously you don't have to do it. But this morning sidekick journal, if you can see it, has been super helpful. So basically each day you get to say like, what are the 5 things you want to do to start your day? So it can be super simple. Like when I wake up in the morning, right, I'm going to drink water. I'm going to drink coffee. I'm going to read 5 pages. Like, keep it super, super simple. And then once you can do those simple things, then you can start to incorporate things like, okay, now I'm going to work out. But when I first started, I literally was just writing because I was like so overwhelmed at that time. Read, drink water, meditate, and enter. I was tracking food at the time. Enter the food into my tracker, and like that was it. That's all I could handle in the morning. I did that for a couple months, and then finally, when I was able to like accomplish that stuff, then I was finally able to say like, okay, what else do I want to do in the morning? Maybe you want to read the Bible or whatnot. These 2 books were literally life-changing. Like, these were the ones I was reading when I decided to start my fashion company. So Miracle Morning and then Mind Hacking. So Mind Hacking, I feel like really gets to the core of why your mind thinks that you can't do certain things. This one was also written by a recovering alcoholic, so I could definitely relate to him. And I thought it was so good. It has really practical tips. There's worksheets in the back. So like each day you practice doing what he calls a concentration game, which is actually like meditating. And at first he just has you meditate and then pay attention to your thoughts. Like, how much are your thoughts wandering? What are the things you're thinking about? And then as time goes on, it gets more and more like your mind starts to get more relaxed and you can meditate and kind of sink into your meditation practice a little deeper. And then you can start thinking about like the root cause of certain issues. So I feel like this book really digs into pretty deep like emotional stuff that you might be carrying around. So if you feel like you're kind of stuck in life, regardless of COVID or not, that's a good one. I feel like that one helps you identify like negative thoughts that you can't get over. Miracle Morning. So this guy has, it's called Lifesavers. So I had to write it down, but the S stands for, hold on one second, silence. So again, he preaches meditation. The A stands for affirmation. So just saying things like, you know, I am beautiful, I am loved, I am wealthy. And you keep repeating things until like you feel like they're true. Visualization. So thinking about the things you want in life and what it would actually feel like to have those things. Exercise is one. Reading, and then scribing. So what you can kind of tell from like my experience and from these 2 books, the things that are really important is having just a minute of silence. So what I've been doing is I just go on YouTube, I look up like a 3 or 5 minute meditation, I do the guided meditation, let them kind of walk me through it. Then I also do affirmations, same thing, pull something up on YouTube, I just use that. Visualization. So I'm actually working on like a board. What's it called? Oh my God. Vision board. There we go. So that can change day to day too. Like what you want one day might change, but just just take the time to think about like what are the things you'd want in the future. Exercise, again, my recommendation would be like do only what you can do right now. You know, some days are probably better than others. Some days you won't be able to do any, and that's okay. I think as women, we just have to give ourselves a little break. Like we're trying to take on too much. Maybe we're feeling guilty because we're not doing our 90 minutes of exercise or whatever. Like it's okay. We're all just trying to get through this right now. So give yourself a little break. Reading. So these are 2 books I recommend. If you have a book that's like inspires you, or, you know, a funny book, or like whatever you need to get your day started, I would recommend doing that. And then scribing. So I like these journals that give me the format, but if you're more of like a free writer, free thinker, just like get a journal that you can just put your thoughts down. So that's that part. And then before we moved down here, to get out of the house, Jade and I used to just go, like, get in the car, go for a ride, just get out of the house, like, go see what's happening, right? We used to go to McDonald's a lot, which before COVID, like, I hadn't been to McDonald's in years. And so we would just go to McDonald's, like, open the back of the car, sit in the back, have a little picnic, just, you know, try to get out of the house, socially distanced, depending on where you are. And what else? Oh, I guess the last thing I would say is find an accountability partner, or like someone you can check in with. So a few weeks ago, I actually started doing on Sundays like a call with 2 of my girlfriends from Vermont. And so every Sunday at 11:30, we have a little video call, and it's just really nice to have like that human interaction. Even though it's on a video call, we still check in every week. And I just think like that's been huge for my mental health, just keeping like in touch with everybody. And then one other thing, I guess, and this is something I learned in a parenting class, your kids, like if they're old enough, you can teach them how to help you do stuff around the house. And it actually gives them like a feeling of purpose, and it makes them feel like they have a place and that they're helpful in the household. So whether it's, you know, loading the dishwasher, unloading the dishwasher, maybe picking up the dirty laundry, like whatever, you can teach your kids to help you and like give yourself a little break and make them feel like they have something to do and something to contribute. And then just, so final thoughts are that, you know, you're one person. I feel like, women in particular for COVID, right? I think when it was down to the man going to work versus the woman, it does, and what I've noticed, it's typically been the woman that has to stay home with the kids. I know some friends that are like really strong career women who feel like now their career has kind of missed out because they've been home with their kids. And I guess just my advice is like, let it go, right? Maybe it did slow your career down, maybe it didn't, but this time with your kids, you know, just try to enjoy it the best that you can. I know that it's stressful to try to teach your kids at home. There's technical issues, right, with like the schools and all of that stuff, but just try to cut yourself a break, because like we're just under so much pressure as it is. It's okay to not have it all together. And I don't think people are really like talking about that, especially women. I think we're trying to show like, you know, hey, look, I can homeschool all my kids and I can work and I can do this and that. But the fact of the matter is we're not going to get a prize for having the best at-home school setup. Like, we're not going to get a prize because we didn't show that we're struggling. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to reach out and ask people for help, and just do the best you can. So that's what I've got for today. Trying to keep it short so you're not missing the game. And thank you all for joining, and I hope you guys have a good night. Bye.